back to a brand new episode of We've Got Issues. I'm your host, Agent E, and on the couch today we have a brand new artist coming to us live from the US, and his name is Sherard Jackson. He is the writer and artist behind the brand new book Assegai. He also does a couple of comics, he writes, he draws, and he colors for some comic books on webtoons. Just fantastic. I'm trying not to be jealous. Welcome to the culture, Jackson. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So let's start with your book, Assegai. What is an Assegai? Who is an
Oh,
Assegai?
Assegai means spear.
Ah,
Uh, it's also a type of tree in southern Africa that yields hard timber. So in a sense, it's like so to go along with the book, it's like it's giant robots. It's military war. So it's essentially like just represents like the strength of the strength of that world. In a future where war and rain is constant.
what a world it is actually. Looking at giant robots in an African setting was just a beautiful book to read, really. And I wanted to find out a bit about the story in itself. What inspired the story and what is the story really about?
Oh, the story it's really about family and sacrifice and the decision of whether or not to for a child to go to war. Uh, of course, the way it opens is the lead character Nkechi. She wants to help provide for her sister, the last member of her family. Uh, and she figured the best way to do that is to join the military service. And of course, her older sister is not in favor of it just because they come from a military family, and considering that they're the last of their family, what she sees is joining the service will lead to pretty much leads to death, and she wants to keep her sister away from that.
Oh, I see. And I understand where she's coming from, being an elder sister myself. With younger ones, I know how I would feel if they decided to go join a war. And it's the world we're in right now, where when we're faced with uncertainty, we need to
Yeah.
decide whether fight or flight is the response we will go with. What would you do though if you were in Kechi and you had to choose between sacrifice or staying with family? What would you do?
Well, well, years back, I was actually in her situation. This was right after I graduated from high school, and uh, I was just figuring out what my future was going to be. And at the time, I thought, military service would be the best possible avenue because you go in, you learn skills, you become a well balanced adult. Uh, it didn't work out for me that way, but because it didn't, it it kind of forced me to to reconsider how I want to how I want to go about my career, and also how I want to grow into as an adult. And even at the time, even how can I support my family? But even when I didn't do that, so on that end, there's some history behind it.
All right. I can't wait to see what happens next. I mean, the cliffhanger in issue one was just intense. And I know we've got issue two coming out in just a few moments now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this story progresses. I must tell you, though, Sherard, a lot of people come in our DMs and keep asking, how can I get to work with Comic Republic? I think 80% of the questions we get is about this. And you got to work with us. You got to write your book. Um, you got to draw the book as well and publish under Comic Republic. Can you tell people what you did to get there? How can they do this too?
It's gonna be to get there. It's gonna be work, a lot of hard work, and also and also don't tell yourself no. And don't say, well, it'll never happen for me, or oh, I'm not good enough. No, you have to work. You have to develop your skills. You have to learn how to be a better storyteller, and also just And just if you put in the time and you like put in the dedication to it, take it seriously, you will get there. And again, it's like, don't tell yourself no. Anyone else is going to do that for you. You should not be one of them. You should tell yourself, yes, I'm going to make this happen.
Brilliant. And the determination gets you there. Well, this has been fun. Thank you so much for joining this issue of We've Got Issues. We've Got Issues, thousands of pages of comic book issues up on www.thecomicrepublic.com. Find them, read them, share them. See you next time. Bye.